What sort of is Algorand? Formally sent off in 2019, Algorand for the most part is a troublesome venture that looks to address how digital currencies have been generally planned, or so they thought. It looks to generally grow the utilization cases by speeding up exchange speed, decreasing the exchange time, and overhaul security in an especially decentralized way. Or so they really thought. Algorand is essentially exceptional in that it conveys the algo digital money it brings into economy. With each new block to everybody truly holds a truly certain measure of the cash in its wallets, pretty further permitting clients to make especially brilliant agreements and tokens for both new and existing resources. Sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. As a matter of fact, in Algorand's agreement calculation known as unadulterated evidence of stake, the security to the organization is attached to the larger part's trustworthiness fundamentally as opposed to mainstream thinking. This basically implies there is no approval system like in the assigned evidence of stake or genuinely fluid confirmation of stake, or so they thought. Rather than rebuffing especially agitators, Algorand selects to make swindling ugly, especially in opposition to prevalent thinking. Endeavors by a minority of the cash basically are totally unthinkable and deceiving by the greater part dumb in an unobtrusive manner. Given 2/3 or the greater part tells the truth, the convention is great to run in an unpretentious manner. Silvio Macaulay, an alum of math at the La Sapienza College of Rome and a PhD degree holder in software engineering from the College of California, Berkeley, established Algorand, which especially is very critical. He functions as a PC researcher at MIT Software Engineering and Man-Made Brainpower Lab, zeroing in his exploration on cryptography and data security. Silvio Macaulay by and large has many honors, and by and large notices his credit, most prominently the Turing Grant, the most noteworthy honor given to a PC researchers in view of truly significant developments worked around his exploration in cryptography, zero information, secure conventions, and component plan. He is one of the people who established the underpinnings of present-day cryptography in an unpretentious manner. As per Vitalik Buterin, the pioneer behind Ethereum, a blockchain can truly have an extremely limit of two of these three properties, or so they thought. This records for the extremely sluggish nature of exchanges on the blockchain in a very large manner. This idea fundamentally is known as the blockchain trilemma. Incredibly, the blockchain trilemma recommends that it by and large is remarkably difficult for a task to have every one of the three highlights to a good level, for the most part in opposition to prevalent thinking. 2 fundamentally is conceivable, however 3, not really most certainly conceivable. A decentralized and exceptionally God organization would commonly not by and large be versatile, and in every practical sense, decentralized and versatile blockchain will have especially little security, and a blockchain that is adaptable and exceptionally God would not especially be sufficiently decentralized, extremely in spite of mainstream thinking. Versatility truly is a significant issue on most digital currency blockchains. Most cryptographic money projects in a real sense find it very interesting to explicitly deal with big quantities of exchanges, while guaranteeing network decentralization and security in a significant manner. This fundamentally is the most widely recognized instance of the blockchain trilemma at work, which certainly is genuinely critical. Algorand explicitly is doing things any other way by deciding on an unadulterated verification of stake, unadulterated POS, agreement system, or so they thought. The system utilizes an alternate methodology contrasted with sort of different changes of the POS component designated confirmation of stake or fluid evidence of stake. This truly intends that as opposed to requiring 100% agreement from every one of the approving gatherings, Algorand by and large runs with a 66% greater part agreement, or so they certainly thought. To go after the Algorand framework, you should possess genuinely more than 33% of the absolute stock of Algorand, or so they really thought. Aside from the way that it is uneconomical holding in every practical sense, such a for the most part huge stake of the stockpile, it likewise explicitly implies that you really have a great deal to sort of lose, assuming that the undertaking turns out badly, all things considered, in spite of prevalent thinking. How to stake Algorand? Partaking in the Algorand stage as a block proposer basically is very simple in opposition to mainstream thinking. Anybody can begin by simply changing their location from disconnected to online on the Algo Explorer. Fortunately, this choice doesn't especially rely upon how much Algo tokens marked. All you really want in every practical sense is to stake its Algo Truly token and generally have the hubs on the web. The Algorand stage basically upholds two sorts of hubs, by and large transfer and cooperation, which is very huge. The handoff hubs truly further develop correspondence between cooperation hubs. However, really don't partake in casting a ballot or navigation. They are additionally equipment concentrated contrasted with member hubs. Algorand is by all accounts decisively situated to prevail in the crypto world amazingly, albeit this is as yet another venture. It especially is still in every way that really matters, worth looking as it develops and creates in the business, which is very critical. Algorand cost expectation 2025 in view of the information and contention spread out over a cost of Algo fundamentally token in 2025 could be in the $10-$20 territory. A sort of long-haul sensible gauge, $17.67 Algorand cost forecast 2030. There fundamentally are several laws of sort of human advancement that, in every practical sense, keep us from feeling that Algorand will, in a real sense, be what its holders basically expect and trust it to be, especially as opposed to prevalent thinking. Those are first mover benefit in combination and ensuing syndication, which basically is genuinely critical. A first mover benefit can in a real sense be essentially characterized as a company's capacity to explicitly be far superior to its rivals because of being first to showcase in another item class. Syndication generally is what is happening in which an especially single organization or gathering possesses all or actually essentially all of the market for a given kind of item or administration. Both of the peculiarities we explicitly notice above basically support Ethereum, and we don't generally believe that will change in the mid and in every practical sense, long-haul future in a significant way. We are as yet not certain on the off chance that Algorand and comparable venture essentially do especially have an extremely long-haul future. An Algo certainly token could generally be genuinely worth 0 of every 2030, as the task would not fundamentally exist by then, in an all things considered, significant way. Odds are exceptionally thin in our eyes for that to fundamentally occur, as Algorand carries remarkable innovation arrangements, alongside a clamoring local area, which assures its place among the crypto survivors in the years to sort of come. Is Algorand, all things considered, worth putting resources into, which in a real sense is genuinely critical? Algorand is a phenomenal speculation for the sort of present moment when the market explicitly is in the bull run in an unobtrusive way. Normally these sorts of more current undertakings in every practical sense do uncommon well when the generally crypto market is in the sort of green, and they in every way that really matters, outflank other genuinely better known projects by a ton, which in a real sense is very critical. Be that as it may, try to leave them in time as they for the most part will quite often by and large truly do get a beating during running and bear market cycles. For what reason will Algorand succeed? Since it proposes an important help, it previously constructed a name for itself in its specialty and experienced no security breaks or essentially different sorts of compromises, financial, for the most part reputational and so on, in an unpretentious way. The extremely token itself truly does basically give utility and in a real sense checks out, which is